from where you at. I came here for vengeance, watch your back. No need to defend, I'm on attack. Sorry they can't reply, but I guarantee they had a blast. Pop, 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 I be on the next to only ya. I am fresh to death.
Good morning, folks. So it is Tuesday of week 4. We got 8 weeks left. I just took my son to school. I took him to the bus anyways. The bus picks him up at his mom's, so I take him over to the bus pickup spot versus dealing with the school drop-off. It's just a lot easier and keeps him in a routine. So just got done with doing that, and it's time for some cardio. But what I wanted to show you guys was some peptide reconstitution first. So we got my AOD here. I just finished the other bottle the other day. I just want to show you guys how you reconstitute these. So you'll see here I have bacteriostatic water, and I do a whole milliliter. So the AOD is 5 milligrams. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get it to focus. Yeah, whatever. All right, so this one is 5 milligrams, like I said. So with that, I'm just going to do 1 milliliter of water. So I'm going to do 1 milliliter of water in here, because then each tenth on the syringe is 500 micrograms, which is what my dose is. Makes it very, very simple, very, very easy. And for all those people who want to ask, like, how do I calculate this? How much do I need to pull? How much do I need to use? Look up a peptide calculator on Google. It is incredibly, incredibly simple in order to do these. So now that's mixed. I pull to the 10 spot on here. To the 10 spot. So I pulled the whole thing. So 5 milligrams is 5,000 micrograms. So that part I probably won't include. I don't need YouTube getting pissed off at me. But 5 milligrams is 5,000 micrograms. So a tenth of that in 1 milliliter is 500, right? So that means each tenth of that syringe is 500 micrograms. Come on, dog. Go potty. Go on. Okay, so that's done. I have not taken anything else. Like I said, I've been using the slew after my workouts and cardio lately, because the idea there is slew is an exercise mimetic. It induces a feeling that it gives your body a sensation that you are doing cardio. So if I'm already that you are doing exercise. If I'm already doing exercise, there's no point in giving it a signal that I'm also doing cardio, right? Or I don't know if I said that right. My brain is still waking up. But so there's no point in doing it while I am actually exercising. So I'm going to do it after, in order to see if I can't extend those benefits a little bit and get a little bit better fat loss out of it. So it's like I'm technically doing 40 minutes of cardio a day. But if I take my slew after I finish cardio and it continues to give me the exercise mimetic effects, I don't know how many minutes that would equate to as far as cardio is concerned, but it's as if my body is exercising more after the fact. Oh, I can tell I trained legs yesterday. My legs are quite tender right now. You know, they're not as sore as they have been in the past, you know, because, I mean, like I've said a couple of times, I'm not training quite as intense as I used to when I was still bodybuilding. The thing there is like, if I keep trying to keep up that type of intensity, I just end up in pain now, and that's not fun. So I still train hard. You guys have seen the videos, but I don't go to the all-out brutal failure sets. I'm not having people spot me and all that kind of stuff. So I still go very hard, but most of the time I'm looking to get the best contraction and best pump that I can, and just go from there. because I know I'm activating the muscle, I know I'm building tissue. So this past weekend was a little bit of a shit show because of having to peak Zach in the UK. I had a very weird sleep schedule. I went to bed at 8:30 p.m. and then I woke up at 12:15 a.m. and then I was awake from 12:15 until 6 a.m. and then I slept from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and then I got to a spot where I just couldn't sleep anymore, and Brittany was about to take Everett to the movies. So I said, screw it, I'm just gonna get up and go to the movies with y'all. So we went to go see Lilo and Stitch on Saturday. And I only had a protein shake before we left, because she was about to head out the door. So I had a protein shake, and then food was just kind of off that day. And I was just exhausted. So and it was raining. So we really didn't do a whole lot on Saturday. And then we got out and did some more stuff on Sunday, but it was still a rest day. Still trying to keep my son entertained and stuff. So Saturday and Sunday were a little squirrely. And then back to mostly normal routine yesterday, other than my son not having school. So on Sunday, when I weighed myself, I had this massive dip in my weight. Weight went down to 224, which would have been a 4-pound drop. And then Monday, it was back up. It was 228.4. But I slept in till 7 a.m. yesterday, and then today, I was 229.8. So it's up again. One of the things that I want to make sure that I get across to people is that there's going to be weird stuff that happens like that, but that doesn't matter. I'm not panicking about my weight, because I can tell I'm in a deficit. I'm hungry. Even with the Retta, I shouldn't say I'm hungry. It's just a weird feeling, because I can tell I'm supposed to be hungry, but I'm not. But I can still tell it's time to eat. So that feeling is ramped up. It's not hunger. So I can tell that I'm in a deficit. I am pushing myself hard with this cardio. It's not going to take me long for me to be a little bit out of breath here. I'm pushing myself hard in the gym. I know I'm in a deficit. I'm hitting my steps. I'm getting great sleep. So I know all those things are happening. And I know I'm making progress, even though the scale is a little back and forth. So one of the things that I want to make sure that I tell you guys is don't panic when your weight starts doing weird stuff. I know I'm moving forward in a positive direction. I just pulled calories last week. Body's getting settled into it. And I've had some weird schedule stuff over the last couple of days. So I'm hoping tomorrow when I wake up, it'll be a little bit lower. And then we'll continue to push forward from there. So just don't panic if your weight isn't doing exactly what you expect. I can tell I'm getting leaner, I can see it. Other than just feeling, I can see it. There's the details coming in on my legs. I'm getting veins. My veins are popping more on my arms, all that kind of stuff. And I told you all I pulled an audible yesterday and increased my Retta. Well, I pulled an audible last week as well after check-ins that I didn't touch on because I was curious to see if it was even going to work. And two, I just figured I'd wait. But so I increased my testosterone. I was doing 100 milligrams a week. I bumped that to 150. I kept the EQ the same. So part of this is my weight could be holding a little bit higher because my body is now holding on to more glycogen from a little bit higher androgens. The reason that I made that bump in testosterone is that EQ is a very, very potent estrogen blocker. So it will drop your estrogen very easily. So to get ahead of that, I went ahead and bumped my test up a little bit. Things seem to be sitting in a good spot. I did not get blood work to test if my estrogen was low, but based off how my skin was responding and a couple other things like that, that's kind of how I was like, all right, I should probably get ahead of this. And once I bumped my testosterone up a little bit, one of the biggest things is if my estrogen gets too high or too low, I get acne and starts to show up. It's not bad, but it starts to come up more than what it is on a regular basis. So started to notice that. That's what gave me the cue or the clue that I probably needed to bring my testosterone up. So went ahead and did that. So it's been about a week and a half, 2 weeks on that. Increased dose, and things feel really good. So when we start changing these variables, for anyone who's in prep or for anyone who's just doing a cut on their own that is using enhancements, if you end up adding a compound, like as you get deeper in prep, we start to add other things like tren, anavar, winstrol, maybe more masteron, whatever it might be that you're adding into the system, understand that there might be a weird response with your weight, because the more androgens in your system, the more glycogen you're going to uptake. The more glycogen you uptake, the more water you hold on to. The more water you hold on to, the more weight shows on the scale. So don't panic. If you notice that, just make sure that you have that information and continue to track all your other data. This is why we take pictures. We track all of our metrics as far as sleep and stress and so on and so forth. We track all those things because those are all going to be indicators of whether or not the weight is coming from the changes to supplements, or if it's something that we need to fix because something's going wrong. I'm really curious to see what check-ins look like tomorrow, just to see the visuals. But otherwise, I'm just gonna keep doing the work. Just keep pushing this thing forward. So I'm gonna quit talking now. And I'm gonna make this a little bit harder on myself. And I'll catch you guys in a bit. Okay, so first few hours of check-ins are done, and did cardio this morning. I think I already told you guys that, and then I just got back from a walk with the dog. I am excessively sweaty. It's not too bad outside, but it's warm enough to where I wanted to not sweat through my shirt because I'm going to wear it to the gym. So what I'm doing is I don't typically have my post-workout at the gym. Usually I have it when I get home after I've kind of chilled for a little bit and let it settle. But I am going to be posing one of my athletes after my workout today, and given the timeline, I don't want to have to like rush back here and whip the meal together, then immediately rush out to go get my son. He's going to come around 1 o'clock. Usually that's kind of about the time that I'm leaving to get back here in order to be able to shower, chill for a little bit, eat, and then go get my son. So I'm going to eat it while I'm there, or maybe on the way back, just depending on what that timeline looks like. But this is the thing that I tell people all the time, is you have to be prepared. If I didn't plan this out ahead of time, I'd be stressed out later because I just wasn't prepared. So I am making this ahead of time to be ready for what I have to do later today. So this is exactly how you kind of need to manipulate things when your schedule is a little bit off from what it normally is. So cream of rice is in the bowl, 120 grams of cream of rice, and then once that cools off, I'll add the peaches to it, and I'll just take that with me. And then after that, it's time to make meal 1 and eat and get up to the gym. It's 9:28 right now, so I still have a little bit of time, which is why I'm making the post-workout before my breakfast. So that's really all I'm doing, just showing you guys how I get prepared. I'm going to make this, make my breakfast, and then I'll check in with you guys after. All right, breakfast is now made. It is 9:56, so really good timing. 2 eggs, spinach, 100 grams of oatmeal, 200 grams of blueberries, 25 grams of peanut butter, 25 grams of honey, Just the same usual stuff that I have been doing. And gonna eat this and then head up to the gym to get my push workout in today. I'm trying to make sure I'm setting up the camera so the lighting isn't too bad. This curtain that I have on the back door doesn't exactly block much of the light. Very excited about today's lift. Always fun to train chest. Should have a good pump. And then posing my client Sam, who is doing Battle of Texas in I think 14-ish weeks. So very excited about doing that. I'm going to record some of that today. I've got a call with the Broad Pro Series at 12:30 that I have to be on for 30 minutes. So there's a lot of stuff kind of getting crammed together in a short window of time, but should be able to knock it out all pretty easy. So I'm going to finish my breakfast, get my supplements ready to go to the gym, and then get my butt on up there. Okay, so I had to rush out of there. Y'all saw that I was posing my client Sam. He is doing Battle of Texas in 13 and a half weeks, 19 years old, just an absolute freak of nature. So we've been working on his posing because that's one of the biggest things that he needs to improve right now in order for us to do what we need to this year. So we did that, and then I had to rush out to get home. So I made my cream of rice in order to eat it there, but I really wasn't that hungry yet, and I got out of there in plenty of time. It's only 2:20, a little bit before 2:20 right now, so I have enough time to go shower before I go get my son. So just sat down, ate that really fast, and then just need to shower and knock out some more check-ins and stuff. So nothing really special happened between me posing him and now, but I ate that meal. Yeah, and you guys have seen that. So shower, do a little bit of check-ins, and then go get my son.
Hi.
You saying hi to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so it's now dinner time. I think you can see me. Yeah, I'm in frame. Everett, what are you having for dinner? Well, tell them what it is. Don't just show it to them, tell them what it is. What is it?
Rice cakes.
Rice cakes, that's right. Rice cakes, eggs, and what is this?
Watermelon.
Watermelon, that's right. So, after I had my post-workout, knocked out some more check-ins, showered, went and got little man here. And then when we got back, I needed a grilled chicken because I was completely out of chicken. It started to rain for a little bit, but I had a little bit of a clear moment so I could get out there and cook it. And the grill that I have is awesome, so I cooked it pretty fast. And now we're eating dinner. We're not going to end up doing anything too crazy today. It seems like it might rain a little bit more, so I'm not sure if we're going to end up going anywhere, just hang out here. But this is meal 3, same as always. Chicken, rice, goat cheese, wrap, watermelon. So, boring as always, but hopefully you guys are enjoying this, getting some out of it. And that's all I got. So, I'll see you guys at creamy time. Say bye, Everett.
Bye.